Awful. 10, 11, 12 different kinds of awful. Hello everybody, welcome back to James Lawrence Allcott channel. I am outside, whatever this stadium's called. England have just, yuck, completely let themselves down, shown no ambition. It was so cautious, 1 to 11, absolutely every single one of them showed the wrong attitude from the start to the finish. There is one player who can come off that field and go, I gave it a little bit of a go. I showed a bit of dynamism. I showed a bit of confidence. And this is a team that should be brimming with confidence. It was so hesitant. Like right near the end of the game, there's no intensity, there was no tempo prior to it. Awful, absolutely awful. And Southgate as well. Look, the performance there's an element of attitude to it. It was getting to a point where I was thinking, hang on a minute, have they been told to do something like this? But the changes, like there's been a thing about Southgate not making changes or making them quickly enough. That is a thing now for sure. Because when you're playing that badly, you don't make the changes that are clear to make. The front three were awful. I like all of them. I've said that numerous times on this channel, but you have to critique it how you see it. We've got away with a 0-0 and we've allowed them to look really, really good. I said Anthony Robinson was a sort of problem going forward, but there was space in behind, but we never played the ball forward quickly enough. Declan Rice feels like a bit of a problem for me. Again, I love him as a footballer, but if he's going to sit there, he has to get on the ball and he has to play on the half turn. And trust me, I've done it myself. I've hidden in centre midfield and it was bordering on that. You know, I thought Stones and Maguire had a lot of the ball and could have been more punchy with their passing, but a lot of the time Sterling wasn't offering enough, Mount wasn't offering enough, Bellingham wasn't offering enough. There was one moment after about 35 minutes and the fans were starting to get a little bit annoyed where Bellingham got on the ball in that 8 position, took 2 touches instead of 5, and then played the ball forward, and then all of a sudden we were in. It felt like it was almost an order to be very, very simple, but I don't want to do this conspiracy theory nonsense. Southgate's playing with a back 4 there. There's no reason. The whole setup is there to play positively. To a man, they were really bad today. And I don't want to go too far because it's 0-0. We're looking comfortable to a point. We should be fine. If we don't win this group, I'll be absolutely devastated. Not just because I've got tickets for the right game if we win it. But give it a go. Like, show some energy. Drive into the channels. There was so much space in behind Anthony Robinson. The Saka kept coming short. Spin. Be that player that you are for Arsenal. Play wide. Like I said in the preview, it was there. And if you can't go through the middle, go round the side. Trippier kept coming back inside. Shaw, lethargic. Kane, not fit clearly. So again, change it. Oh, I'm so annoyed. You know, Callum Wilson can come on, show a bit more energy. Grealish, who showed an element of tenacity, wins a couple of fouls, but actually, he's got to be careful with being a bit too aggy for England. Maybe he's a little bit too up for it. But Mason Mount had another one of those games where I think when we're playing well, he'll get the plaudits, but when we're not, he's going to get a lot of critique. And again, we've got such a great bench there. People will get asked to say Henderson, you can't bring on Henderson. Bring on Henderson. He made a change. He showed dynamism. He got on the ball. He played the ball quicker. It was 2-touch stuff. He offered for it. He demanded for it. All great things. I thought he was good when he came on. But then change the other players. Make more substitutions. Use your 5. Rashford should have come on earlier. Kane should have come off for Callum Wilson. I don't care if he's scored that many goals. If he's not at it, and also if he's not completely fit, change it. Foden needs to come on for Mount as well at some point. We have regressed there. Sorry, there's a band here, which is going to lift my mood a little bit. Look, it's a 0-0. We've got 4 points. We should be okay, but we're setting ourselves up for a bit of a fall, and then you can finish second, and then you might be in trouble. let's call it what it was. If we'd won it with that Kane header at the end, we would have been papering over the cracks. They've hit the bar. They've had a good few chances, loads of corners. I thought Maguire, defensively, again, won so many headers. Those two were fine. You got to have zip. You got to play with tempo. And I tell you what, if we play like that, which I don't think we would, because then we'd be a little bit more up for it. We got to. I wouldn't say it's arrogance either. I think they're a good bunch, but they thought they were really good all of a sudden. And USA were diligent. I thought they were smart in their sort of off the ball in terms of their shape. But again, every time we sort of went at them a little bit or played with a bit of positivity, we cut through them. Weston McKennie was terrible in that first game against Wales. All of a sudden, he looks like a world beater. Musa, really, really good for him as well. Anthony Robinson needs to be bought by, a top club. He's a really, really class fullback. But there's an element of getting a bit fortunate there because we weren't anywhere near at it. I'm so disappointed. Absolutely awful. And look, it's a draw, we move, but let's call it how it was. Because if we would have won there, we'd be papering over the cracks. Absolutely awful. Enjoy the video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you very soon.